Sunday.
Well, welcome back into Sports Sunday. We are joined by a very special guest, new Samford head basketball coach, Lennie Acuff. Coach, thanks so much for taking the time to come join us tonight.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, so you've been at Lipscomb for 6 years, 110 and 82 overall record, 3 straight 20-win seasons, and now the 30th head coach at Samford. What made this decision to come to Homewood?
Well, first off, my time at Lipscomb was really special. It is a really great place to work, a great place to coach. A lot like Samford, they love basketball, and so that's where you want to be. But this was a chance. Samford has always kind of been my dream job. Growing up in Huntsville, I was head coach at University of Alabama in Huntsville for 22 years, and I always thought Samford was a great opportunity. There's just so many things that are in alignment, and so when they called, it was a chance to get back home, to get back to the state of Alabama. My children actually live here. I'm going to hire my son on my staff, and so there was a lot of alignment.
Yeah, and you mentioned dream job too. You mentioned the family part, but what else about Samford stood out to be that dream job?
Well, I think the first thing is the faith piece of the institution. I think they don't compromise what they stand for, and I appreciate that. And so, just to have a chance to work where there's a like-mindedness, where I think that they value athletics, but the tail doesn't wag the dog. We're one cog in the wheel, and but also they're committed to winning. And I think for us, it's just to have a chance to be somewhere where you have a great institution of higher learning, a great opportunity for a fantastic degree, beautiful facilities, and in a beautiful part of town with an incredible campus.
You mentioned family is close to here, and that's one of the reasons why you came back. How will that familyness and the family matter to you go over into how you coach?
Well, I hope our program becomes that. I think it's real easy sometimes when you take over a program, the first time the team gets together, 1, 2, 3 family. I don't think that's realistic. I think we're more friendly than family at that point, but I think it takes time. But hopefully, for us, I want everybody in Birmingham, I want, the Homewood community, the Over the Mountain community to know that this is their team, and that I think everybody's got to be a part of it. Everybody's got to be pulling in the same direction, and hopefully through our staff and the kind of young men we bring in, that'll be a reflection of that.
Yeah, a reflection of the young men you're going to bring in. You guys have been busy trying to rebuild a roster. When you're going out into the transfer portal, when you're looking at recruiting, what characteristics stood out to you and what guys you want to bring into this team?
Well, I think the first thing is fit. I think everything's about fit. Young men that fit at Samford on our campus in the classroom, and then also guys that are good enough to win basketball games. I think you want to win without compromising what the school stands for. I think that's really, really important. I think you need to be in alignment with the mission of the school. I think it's important, though, that we have guys that are easy to cheer for, guys that play hard, play the game the right way, and so we're looking for guys with winning DNA. We've brought in 8 guys. We retained 2, and so still need a couple more to finish out the roster.
What stands out to you about the SoCon in the way over the past couple years it's really just grown into a basketball game?
High-level league. I saw yesterday it was the 13th best conference in the country out of 32. A lot of the coaches in the league are good friends of mine. I've coached against them when I was at Lipscomb. A lot of the guys are coaches I've spent a lot of time with and competed against. And we played Chattanooga this year. We played Wofford this year. We're fortunate enough to win both those games the last 2 years, and so we're very familiar with how good the league is. And there's no secrets to it. You got to get good players, but great institutions, a lot of common ground with the institutions. Fantastic place to have the conference tournament in Asheville, and we love our building at Samford too. So it should be great environments everywhere you go.
Your style of play is very efficient on the offensive end. You guys led in multiple categories in the ASUN. How's that going to translate to what you guys do on the court at the peak?
Well, I think the first thing is we'll get guys that are good offensive players. I think that really helps. Guys that know how to dribble, pass, shoot, think, and see. If you can get that, I think you have a chance to be a good offensive team. But there also has to be an intangible of unselfishness, that it's not about me, it's about us. And as we tell them all the time, maybe not my day-to-day, maybe not your day-to-day, it's always our day. And so let's be committed to playing together and playing the game the right way.
Besides having a winning season and besides going to the NCAA tournament, how would you define a successful first season?
Well, I think just continuing the momentum that Bucky started. What an incredible job he did. I've known Bucky for many, many years, and a ton of respect for him, and we're cheering hard for him at Texas A&M. But I think just continue to build on the momentum. Momentum is a powerful thing either way, good or bad. And so there's an upward trajectory right now that we need to continue. But you have to stay after it, and you have to continue to work every day to take advantage of what's been done and what's been built.
And the last one for me is, what's the one thing that you want fans to know about you before we talk about preseason, before we talk about that first game in November at the Peak?
Well, I hope there's an authentic, genuine belief that we can do it at Samford. If I didn't think that, we wouldn't be here. But also just thankful to be here and just to understand that I want to be a part of something bigger than myself. I want to be a part of the whole Samford community. Excited to go to football games, to go to baseball games this weekend, and just be a part of Samford and for my family be integrated into the community.
Absolutely, Coach. We thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
We are so excited to have you here in Homewood, Birmingham. Lennie Ball era is officially
officially underway,
and that will do it for us. We'll be right back after this.